Have you ever started to heal, only to feel that quiet pull when they suddenly reappear? I remember noticing how silence can feel like closure, at least at first. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and something inside you begins to settle. You start to believe that maybe it is truly over. And then, almost unexpectedly, a message appears. A like, a comment, a simple, "Hey, how have you been?" It can feel confusing, even disorienting. So today, let's gently explore this question. When do narcissists return after a long silence? And why does it happen when it does? In many cases, the silence itself is not accidental. From a psychological perspective, what looks like absence is often a form of control. Covert narcissists, in particular, may withdraw not because they have forgotten, but because they are waiting. I remember thinking that silence meant they had moved on, but often it is more like a pause than an ending. They may be seeking validation elsewhere, investing their attention in someone new, or simply waiting for emotional conditions to shift. Narcissists often return at very specific moments, though it may not seem that way at first. One common pattern is when their current source of validation weakens. This could be a new relationship losing intensity, or a situation where they are no longer receiving the admiration or control they are used to. Another moment is when they sense distance in you. Sometimes it happens just when you begin to regain your independence. I remember a time when I had finally stopped checking my phone, stopped replaying conversations, and that was exactly when the message came through. It can feel almost uncanny, but psychologically it is often about sensing a shift in emotional availability. There is also an emotional timing to their return. Narcissists may reappear when they believe enough time has passed for the intensity of past conflicts to fade. They rely on the idea that memory softens, that clarity blurs. In friendships, this might look like someone reaching out casually after months, ignoring past hurt as if it never existed. In workplace dynamics, it could be a colleague reconnecting after a period of distance, suddenly acting friendly when it benefits them again. These returns are rarely about resolution. More often, they are about re-entry. The return can feel powerful because it touches something very human, the desire for closure, for understanding, for connection. I remember feeling a mix of curiosity and hope, even when I knew the pattern. Psychologically, this is sometimes called intermittent reinforcement, a pattern where unpredictable attention creates a deeper emotional pull. Books like The Narcissist's Playbook by Dana Morningstar or Psychopath Free by Jackson Mackenzie often describe how these cycles can create strong emotional bonds, even when the relationship is harmful. It is not a weakness to feel something when they return. It is a reflection of how human connection works. It is important to gently understand what their return does not necessarily mean. It does not always mean they have changed. It does not always mean they have reflected. And it does not always mean they see you differently now. Sometimes it simply means the conditions are right for them to reconnect. A more grounded way to look at it is this: their return is information, not obligation. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to notice how it makes you feel. You are allowed to choose whether engaging again aligns with your well-being. I remember realizing that I did not have to respond immediately, or at all. That realization can feel quiet, but deeply empowering. So when do narcissists return after long silence? Often, it is when something shifts in their world or in yours. Not necessarily when healing has happened, but when opportunity appears. And maybe the more important question becomes, what does their return mean for you now? Take a moment to reflect on that, not from urgency, but from clarity. If this resonated with you, you might gently explore your own patterns, your own boundaries, and what peace looks like in your life today. And remember, your peace matters more than any unexpected return. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share with someone who might need it. And if you feel comfortable, share your experience in the comments. Sometimes, understanding begins with simply being heard. New videos are released every Tuesday and Friday.